Somebody buys a set of Cooke Forged wheels, I want everybody to feel exclusive, towards repping a great brand, something that will one day be one of the biggest things. What up, guys? Chris Cooke here, owner of Cooke Forged, otherwise known as Rory. That's my first name. Middle name's Chris, whichever you guys know me as, I'm fine with whatever. Cooke Forged and what we're about. So Cooke Forged started 6 years ago when at the time I had a 2017 BMW 750i, and I consulted with a company on getting some wheels made. And this is, I've never really bought real forged wheels before. Otherwise I've just been like a low-end car enthusiast that I'd just be on eBay picking up some cast alloy wheels. And I'm not calling such company's name that I inquired about these wheels from, but they sent me a quote, and the quote was 14,000, almost 15,000, right? And I'm like, whoa, okay, can't afford that, and definitely not paying that. So that's when I decided to start outsourcing and finding companies nationwide and worldwide that would make me the same design, right? So at that point, I'm not even thinking business. I'm just thinking of how can I achieve this wheel design, have it done in two-piece, the same way I saw it from such companies' website. And I found some company here that would make me the set of wheels for, I believe it was like, way less. I'm not gonna throw a dollar figure at it, but way less. More than $3,000, less than $8,000, right? And so that's how I got it done. And from there, it took me probably a year. I had bought the GTR behind me. I've had that car for 5 years now. It's the longest car I've ever owned. And then I needed some wheels made for that car. So I went back straight to the source that I used to make the wheels for the 7 Series I had. And I'm like, and that's when the business idea clicked. I'm like, I modify everything I own. I put body kits on everything I own, and I do wheels. Now that I got into the forging space of doing wheels, I'm like, okay, if I'm gonna put a set of wheels on my GTR, how about I create my own company? And I remember briefly till this day, I made a post on Instagram asking who wanted to be a partner of this. Probably 4 or 5 people were interested, but some of these people have brought, I'm not saying nobody brought value, but some of these people were in business minded at the time, or I didn't take them serious. So it ended up just flowing where it was just me. And I did it. It worked. It's working. And so far so good. We don't do any low quality wheels. Everything we do is forged. We also have magnesium wheels, carbon, the whole nine, without the cheapness. We don't do anything casting. We don't do flow formed. And the goal, our motto behind Cooke Forged is create your own wheels. So if go on the website, eventually you'll see that, but we'll get into that further on into this video. Just went over how Cooke Forged has started. It's company's named after me. It's not the only company I have that's named after me. I'm in the home theater space as well, so a lot of people, I'm just gonna get a little bit personal with you guys. A lot of people see all the cars and see everything else, and they're like, how? What else does he do? Because the wheel company is not big enough yet, right? And yeah, so I run a very successful home theater company. I've been in that space for the last 9 years, and it does well. But I love cars, and that's how Cooke Forged came about. Probably won't be able to shut down my home theater company, but eventually I'll probably have somebody else running that, as the wheel company is getting real big right now and a lot busier. And Cooke Forged is just known for one-off wheels, either one-off or everything we create for a client, it goes on the website, unless the client says, hey, I just want to keep it as a one thing and I don't want this to be resold, then it stays private. So there will be a big catalog on the website. Website is published, which is CookeForged.com, but a lot of the stuff are missing right now because we're working on some big things, and I'll get into that further on into the video. Somebody buys a set of Cooke Forged wheels, I want everybody to feel exclusive, towards repping a great brand, something that will one day be one of the biggest things, and being in a space where we allow you to design whatever you want, that's the whole goal. Like, there's no wheel company out there. I'm sure there's a lot of different wheel companies out there that will let the client just say, hey, I want to do my spokes like this and I want to do that like that, which is cool. But being that's the whole motto behind our brand, is literally you coming to us and saying, hey, we either start from scratch, or I like this design you have here on the website and I'd like to alter it to this extent. I want to add lightning pocket holes here in these spokes if it's possible, right? Or I want to do blue carbon barrel, I want to do green carbon barrel. You can do any color carbon barrel or face you wish. Like I have a F250 behind the camera. You guys can't see that, but I'll be the first in the country, as far as I know, to put a set of carbon 24 by 14 inch wheels on a truck. Those will be here in probably the next 3 weeks. I have a carbon barrels on my GTR, but when I started the brand, the goal was to be exclusive towards Lamborghini, Ferraris, McLarens, and all the high-end stuff. And then going along, I'm like, look, as a real car enthusiast, it's not a car enthusiastic thing to do, right? So I'm like, no, I can't single out myself. Plus, I'd be, missing a lot of orders from people who actually like what we do and see it out in public. And right now we're getting bigger. Like, we have wheels in all kind of different states now, where I feel great going. Like, I just went to SEMA and beginning of November, and when we got out there, we saw cars came over from Arizona, cars from North Carolina came up to SEMA with Cooke Forged wheels on it, and it made me feel proud because I knew I'm growing something great. I stand behind my brand, and we have a great warranty program. So buying a set of Cooke Forged wheels, I want everybody to feel exclusive. Like, I want you to be happy to be at a car show or any event and just let people know, like, hey, yeah, Cooke Forged is what I have on my car. And whether or not people know about the brand, you just, you explain it very happily and say, this is a company that lets you design whatever you want. What we've done and what we've been really proud of. We've done a lot of cars so far. I have a great friend. I classify him more of a friend now than a client, from Vero Beach. Probably the first exotic car we've put wheels on, and it's a 2021 McLaren 720S. And same thing, when John came to us, John said, hey Chris, I want these wheels, but I would like to change this about it, and I want to do gold faces with a polished lip, right? And we made it happen for him. He's been happy. We've done multiple of his other cars. We did his C63S with he had like this Buzz Lightyear theme going on. Car was wrapped in a lime green with white lip, purple face. We won't say no to a client and be like, oh, I don't think this looks good, blah, blah. If that's what you want as a client, that's what we're gonna provide. And we'll give our insight, of course, as to what we can change. But, we're not here to steer you wrong and tell you your vision is not good or we don't think it's gonna look good, right? Because half the things we've done, half the wheels we've done, I should say, have turned out looking great in my opinion. Like, at first I'll second guess them and I'll be like, I don't know, right? And then after admiring my own product and going to a lot of car shows with it, I'm like, all right, I'm actually loving this, right? So it also gives me creativity and making a lot of cool different stuff. Now, I do all the designing myself. Right now we are based in Taiwan. My engineer lives in Taiwan. I'll be going over there next year to finally meet him. I've been using the same engineer for the last 6 years, pretty much. I talk directly with him. I'm not one of them Alibaba brands. I'm not telling you Alibaba brands are any worse or any better, but the whole goal behind this is there's somebody backing a product. You don't just go buy some Chinese wheels and then something gets wrong, you don't know your right offset, you don't have no warranty, you know, like I see a lot of people doing that from Instagram and etc. And it's just like, you know, that's the whole purpose of growing something and being in love with what you do. Being a car enthusiast, it doesn't feel like work. Some of the coolest builds I've done, the 720 was definitely the first supercar, pretty sure. Actually, no, we did a buddy of ours that lives here locally to us. Lamborghini Huracan Evo. We did a set of 21-inch wheels on his car, or 2021, 20 front, 21 rear. That was the first supercar. Then after that, we had the 720. Then from the 720 it just kept rolling. We did our buddy's 488 Pista just recently with a full carbon set. And I'd probably say the coolest set I've done is the Pista. Between the Pista and the 720, very refined and beautiful wheels. And, you know, one of the biggest, we have something big in the works right now. We can't really say whose name it is. It is a very famous rapper slash comedian in a way. I think he's really funny. And we're working on his vehicle right now. He's building a custom wide body kitted E30 M3 with, I'm not even gonna get into too much details because I don't know what I'm allowed to say, but that's definitely gonna be the sickest project we've done till date. And yeah, I'd say that'd be it. Outside of my own cars, you know, everything I buy, I put my own product on it. Why Modest? So Modest is semi-new, but doing great things for the community, for all the local shops, and not only local, but you know, eventually this is gonna turn into a worldwide thing because like Cooke Forged, we don't only sell wheels to American customers, we'll sell worldwide pretty much. I've sent wheels to Jamaica, where I'm born and raised. We've done some wheels in Germany, and you know, we're just looking to make the brand go further, and it's the same thing for Modest, you know. Modest helps everybody connect, all the enthusiasts connect. So you go to Modest website and you can find quality, like the best of the best on there, you know. It's not just any little mom and pop shop, it's just like great companies that have great client reviews, and you know, just find a way to have all, instead of just jumping on Google and saying Forge Wheels, you go to Modest, you look at all the list of shops, whether you're looking for somebody to put on tires, whether you're looking for somebody to do, you know, a wrap on your car, create custom wheels. That's what Modest community is like, and I think Modest is gonna do well going further, and I just don't see how it would ever fail. It's just one place where everything is.